Hello everyone, Steve here from Tech Toy Tinker and Retro Arena. Just wanted to do an update today to show you guys the status of the current emulation station for Windows build. Let me see if I can adjust this light here. It's a little better. Just to give you guys an update from where we were at last time, there was some missing graphics. I have fixed those, and I've also added some more stuff into the build as well. In case you're wondering why I don't have hands touching it, it's because I got a keyboard plugged in, and it also works that way. As you can see, I've fixed Triforce here and added the graphic artwork. I don't think that I need to actually update the whole zip of the build itself. More of that, I'll just put the theme update and whatever else I've changed into an update zip that you can drag and drop in. This way it'll prevent people from having to reflash. Chihiro is working, as I've said before, but now we got the videos for it as well. Now, you see how it says Sega Arcade there? Anybody who knows me knows that I believe in giving people credit for their work, and so I left that in there on purpose. These are some new additions that have not been seen in videos before. I've got Sega Model 2 and 3 working. So we got the Star Wars Arcade Trilogy and all that good stuff is now running. I'm not going to play the game for a super long time. I just want to show you guys that it's working. As you can see, there's some graphical glitches here and there, but that's not the fault of the device. That's simply the emulator. I'd fix it, but it's closed source, and so I can't. It's DCEMUL. And I have a good idea as to where some of the issues are coming from, but because it's a closed source emulator, there's nothing that I can do to help with that process, unfortunately. This is Messin. This is a HD Super Nintendo, or HD Nintendo, I should say. Something else I wanted to show you guys. I'm not going to play the Switch games for obvious reasons. However, you go to the game, you can just get any game actually. Press select, go to advanced systems, you can change. This works for almost all systems, by the way. You can pick which emulator. Now, it's been my experience that 9 out of 10 times Yuzu works better, but it's there. And the same is true for tons of other things. You can choose whether you use a RetroArch core or the standalone. You can choose which core you use. That's all set up in this menu here. We're up to about 130 different systems here. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is that I actually got Xbox 360 to work properly. At the end of the video, I'll show you guys. I might have to link it in the description. There's an Xbox 360 controller tool. If, for some reason, you have issues with your controller not being detected or working properly, there's a tool that you can use to map it properly. Also, the choppy audio in the intro is not a big deal. It's just in the intro. There's a couple more things that I want to show you guys, and then I'll wrap this video up. I'm not trying to make it a very long video. Dust all over my screen. Man, I know these are stars. I'm just saying I can see dots too.
Did I ever tell you that?
Look up here, sir. Okay. Now down here. Good. Everything checks out, Sergeant Major.
Kick off the training wheels, Corporal. He's good to go.
The only thing with Xenia is that not every game is 100% working. I strongly recommend you do some Googling and check some compatibility lists before you go and start dumping your games, because they're, 7, 8, 10 gigabytes per game. And it's, as I found out the hard way, it's quite the pain in the butt to go grab a handful of games out of your library, dump all of them, and only have half of them work. There's really no fun to be had in that process. With that being said, though, I'm very, very happy with how this EmulationStation for Windows build is coming out. And because of the power in the AN Neo and the AN Neo Pro, and behind the Ryzen CPU, Vega GPU, I've been able to do a lot more with this handheld than in a lot of previous handhelds. And it's honestly something that I'm really happy about. The goal that I have set for myself with this particular device is to have the most comprehensive standalone or plug-and-play emulation option, period. It doesn't mean that you guys have to use every single system, and if you don't put games in the folders, you'll never see this system, but I would really like to have everything from the first generation to current all in one application. The first and second generation are really important in terms of their history and what they've provided to the video game world, and so I'm going through extra steps to make sure things like microvision and stuff like that are preserved and always playable. Now, as you can see, this game isn't perfect. There's a little bit of lag here and there occasionally, but it's not bad. I'm not going to play for a super long time. I just wanted to show you guys that it was working. Cyberpunk works. It works very well, actually. So does Forza 5, which was kind of surprising to me. For Amiga, use the Amiga 500 folder. I've showed Technoparrot before, so I don't need to do that now, but those are high-end, newer arcade games. 3DO works fine. Configuration menu. All of your emulators are here. Your settings for all of them can be controlled directly from configuration. And I mean all of them. As you can see, we got RetroArch to the current latest version. I'll probably have to update that in the next couple of weeks, but it's something you can manually do yourself simply by installing. When you go to RetroArch, just go to the build bot. Don't go directly to the RetroArch website. Just use the build bot, download the latest stuff in a zip, and drag and drop it in to the emulator's RetroArch folder, and it will just mass replace everything. Favorites and all games. I don't know if I really want to add video game stuff for that, because it's kind of hard to do. It would have to just be a mashup of 50, 100 different games, and that's all that I can really think of for that. If you guys have a suggestion or a better idea, or even if you think that I don't really need to add any videos for these two, let me know in the comments. I will be adding Megaduck as well, simply because it's fun. Why not? And we're back to where we started. That's going to do it for this video. Just wanted to give you guys an update as to where we're at with this build and what's going on. And also I wanted to let you guys know that I will be releasing Ubuntu as well. It's on this flash drive here. The goal behind the Ubuntu there is literally just to have the same basic thing as this. This is a zip you download, deploy into Windows, and use. Ubuntu will run from a flash drive, a USB stick, an external hard drive, or can be installed to the internal. It will have Retro Arena included, so you literally just plug in the USB stick to the top of this device or to any computer, tell it to boot from USB, and you will be booted into Ubuntu 20 with a full Retro Arena distro pre-built. At that point, you can just add your games and away you go. And BIOS, I should say. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll be doing more videos in the next couple of days on some other new stuff. We got some RG552 stuff to do. I'm adding support for the NVIDIA Jetson TK1. I'm adding support for the BeagleBone Black. And a couple other devices that I can't tell you about yet because they're prototypes and they're not public information. But there's a lot of stuff coming, so stay tuned.